firstly, I think as individuals, they need to themselves have principles and values. And I think if you have those principles and values and you link them to what Mr. Mandela believes in and how he conducts his life, then you bring them into whichever forum you're in, whether you're in a company, whether you're in parliament, whether you are a head of state. If you believe in those principles, you will act them out. You need to walk the talk. And I think one of the ways of doing that is by actually continually taking action that benefits other people. If you're doing things that don't have impact on the betterment of people, you are not really following the Mandela principles. So, for example, if you're a company and you have as part of your governance principles a principle called social corporate investment, then you are following those principles, because part of your balance sheet needs to show that you are doing something that is of social value to people other than just profit or loss. That, I think, is something that companies and corporates can do. And I know there are many corporates that actually do things like that, where they do things which benefit the poor, which improve conditions in schools, who give computers, who create software for autistic children. For example, some of the computer software companies have software which benefits children who are autistic. That, I think, is something that is very important that a company can do. Obviously, governments can have a tremendous impact in their policies in carrying out the Mandela principles. For example, Mr. Mandela was very passionate about peace and reconciliation and forgiveness. And I think that governments that believe in that can have a critical role in how they look at conflict around the world, look at what role they can play to assist reducing conflict, not by giving arms, but actually by encouraging parties to talk to each other, to have a dialogue, to continuously talk, to continuously come to the table. It's not easy to reconcile with your enemy. We know that, we have experienced that, and I think that is the type of experience that has an impact on the world, and that is the role that governments can play. So I think, each individual in their different capacities has a role to play. Medical doctors who know that people who are poor cannot pay for best medical assistance, but they do it pro bono. They assist in a small way. They treat people without asking for payment. I know that there are many doctors in India who do that, many doctors in Africa who do that. They go to the poorest of the poor and they do the best for them without expecting any reward. That is one of the most important Mandela principles, which is why Mr. Mandela wants us to raise money to build this hospital, the Nelson Mandela Children's Hospital in Johannesburg, because he believes that children should get the highest quality medical care for nothing. And that hospital will be free to children from anywhere in Africa. And that is what they are busy with at the moment, trying to raise the money for that hospital to become a reality.